it's been a while again. I'll go into a whole sad story here in a moment once I get these links posted to Instagram and etc. Yeah, it's been a month, y'all. Copy. I'm gonna share link. Copy link. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. So that is a good chunk of it because it's like, oh God. I feel like I am being personally victimized by like preschooler germs because I think I probably am. Anyway, there has been some hard decisions. Well, not actually, they weren't that hard, but decisions made over the last couple of days because, today we had a whole discussion because it's like these, or this whole series of illnesses has knocked me out pretty good from my like run training and stuff like that. So we actually had a discussion that I'm dropping. I am not dropping. I have already swapped it. And I will be going to the Calgary half marathon instead of the full marathon because I was like, if we hadn't had hand, foot, and mouth, and then like this cold knocked me out for 2 weeks. If I hadn't probably gotten this cold, I probably would have still gone. But I'm like at that point where I'm just like, I don't know if I can actually do this. I don't actually want to run it. And that's not necessarily the best way to go into running a marathon because marathons are so brutal mentally. So already going into it being like, I don't want to run this. That's not a good spot to be in. So here we are. I have pushed myself down to the half marathon. I didn't quite realize business is a lot busier than the last time I trained for a marathon. Kids, obviously, being in preschool, bring home everything. So this round was an upper respiratory as well as pink eye. That was amazing. It was not amazing. That was sarcastic. And it's just like, I'm not in a place to do it right now. Mentally, physically, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not going to have fun doing it either. So Dawson and I really discussed it today, and it's like, no, let's make sure that you go down, just go down to the half. Also means that I came to the decision that, and I've been thinking about this for a few weeks, but I am probably not going to sign up for Osaka Marathon in Japan, mostly because it's like, it will take 3 days out of a trip, because like you go pick up the race package one day, and then you go and you do the whole race, and then the following day, like, I'm not going to be super wanting to do anything. So I was just like, you know what, for their, like, the kiddos' first trip back with Dallas, all of this, I'm like, let's just ease up. And there's like an instant 3 days extra on this trip already. So, and then we don't like, they can get older. I want to run Osaka, but I don't want to run Osaka that badly. So I'm going to work towards being able to run Kyoto in 2028 because that will be a better one to approach, I think, for me personally. Anyway, so that's been the last couple weeks. 3 weeks, because I see that I haven't streamed since the 21st of March. I didn't stream last week because it sounded like I had been smoking a pack of cigarettes and drinking a bottle of whiskey every day for 35 years, which means since I was a baby, a newborn, in fact. And the eldest was home because they had pink eye, which they gave to me, so yay. I'm still not 100%, but I am at the point where it's like, okay, you're running again, and like, I sound smoky, but I don't sound necessarily like overwrought with it all, so hopefully. Yeah, I think I also just hit the point of like, the have-tos got to be far too much. It was like, you have to train or else you'll die on this race, and you have to look after the kids. Obviously the kids are the number one priority, but it's like, it just all added up, and I was just like, yeah, last week was not a good week. So frustrated. So here we are. Dallas is like, you must feel a lot better. I'm like, I know, but like, it's the right decision. Making the decision, like, it doesn't feel good, but it feels like the right decision, I think is the best way to put it. So it's done. I'm not unhappy about it. So it was a super easy transfer process too. It was like, I went in and it goes through like the whole digital process and everything like that. So that was really nice. Emailed them like, how do I transfer? And they're like, you do this. And I'm like, sweet. And now it's all done. So the other nice thing is that I am on track to be able to run a 2:45 half marathon, which actually, the best part of this is now I'll be chasing a pacer, which is perfect because like, I'll be able to just turn my brain off and run at their pace, and I should be able to just keep up with them. And so as much as it's like, it kind of feels like a waste that I did all this like marathon training and now I'm not using it, it's also like, well, but now you've just, a half feels easy, which is hilarious. But yeah, this will go back to just being marathons or special occasion only, because I really thought about going back into another marathon training session right now, and I'm like, I don't right now. I just do not have the mental space for it. So focus in on the halves. I want a 2.5 hour half or lower, 2.5 at least, because that is the proof of time that Disney needs for their races to put us in, like, seat us in the higher corrals. And 2.5 hours starts to indicate that I'll be able to do a 5 to 5.5 hour marathon, which is the goal time for the marathon. And if I can start running probably the 2 to 2:15 for the half, that's probably a good indication that I'll be able to do the full marathon at the 5 hour pace. And with all the benefits also that it's like, then I can also do a, training doesn't take as long and blah, 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 blah. So, because that's the other thing is right now, the training was just grinding my soul to bits. Monday I had a 13 miler after not having run for a week. I didn't run at all last week. Because I was like, I don't want to make this worse. And our treadmill was broken. And our eldest was homesick. So it was like, the treadmill was broken. They were homesick. And it had snowed outside. And I was sick. So there was no way I was training last week. So thankfully, our treadmill is under warranty. The deck, that the like belt goes on broke actually. So it's like, okay. We also have put like 1,600 miles or something insane on that thing. But yeah, no, it's a good decision. I didn't quite realize how much it would this is busy season, obviously. So, because we're prepping for so many shows, and like basically Dawson Creek is what I would consider Knit City Light for me now. And who knows, maybe even like based on last year's numbers may compare or even surpass some of my Knit Cities that I've done previously. So, there's another mini traveler sling back here. So anyway, we'll get over the grumpy stuff. Shindig went extremely well this weekend. Thank you so much to everyone who came out, if you were able to come out. As always, I appreciate all your support. yeah, people were out to like visit, people were out to buy. This show just has a really good vibe. If you were there, I know that some of the parking could be a little bit difficult. They moved it from a Saturday to a Sunday because, of course, well, not of course, but in October there was a crap ton of events that happened, and there was no parking. But so they moved it to Sunday, and apparently the parking was still a little bit difficult. But it's good. It means that the center's being used, which means it's going to stick around for a while. So I'll take that. And people were still able to find parking. It was an extended amount of time to find parking, but they still found it. So I'll take that as a win. And obviously, it's not like there's anything that the organizers can really do about it. Again, the space is getting used, right? So that's awesome. Oh yeah. So anyway, because of the cold and everything like that, I did not get everything done that I wished to get done. So we ended up with 12 new mini traveler slings, although this one was in the count and got missed. It was stuck behind the sewing machine apparently. And I advertised on Instagram that little black cat one with the wisteria would be done, and it turned out it wasn't because I messed up the tab versus the tab ended up being black instead of white, or no, white instead of black, but the strap is black. So I was like, oh, that doesn't match, and it needs to match. So I had to pull out the tab and reset it. I got it done. It's done now. So we got 2 new ones for Hanami on the 19th, which is nice. But yeah, Dawson said that he's gonna go get the kids and everything like that, so that's nice. Don't have to worry. We're just head down getting some of this work done so that we're set for Dawson. I've down to like 7 Katos, so that's what we're focusing on right now. I did get 11 new tote bags done, but they were all navy, and I'm like, oh, this is a very blue rack now. I'm like, damn it. That's okay. So we'll try and get some more Kato done before Dawson, we're gonna get these Kato done for sure before Dawson. Actually, hopefully these are done before Hanami, because we got 10 days exactly to Hanami right now. It's, just over a week. And then hopefully we get through the rest of the pile before Dawson Creek, because then for Otafest, I would really like to get like the passport folders and stuff like that done for then. So, and we should get some more Obi bags cut and finished for Otafest as well, actually. So that's the goals. Them's the goals. Had Smutty Book Club last night. It was really good. It was actually my friend's birthday, so we went out for dinner first, and then we went to Smutty Book Club. It's grown a lot. It's so good. This group is freaking fantastic so far. I always appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, and we've got more duck charms coming, because ducks were super popular at Shindig. So I'll have more ducks. I also found axolotls that glow in the dark. I'm like, all right, let's do this. I think axolotls will be really cute. Yeah, so we're just gonna tick along as best as we can and head down and get shit done. And now that I don't have to spend like thousands of hours, or what feels like thousands of hours on the trail, we should be good. I did do a very careful count, of course, as always, for all of these, for what was going to go and match up and everything like that, and I'm going through now and I'm like, I don't remember what I selected for any of these. Some of them are pretty obvious, but I don't remember if this was black or if it was pink, but I don't see any pink cuts either, so here we are. Just gonna flail around for a little bit and figure it out, hopefully. So, should have had a coffee with lunch though. Holy, I'm ready for a nap. Wait, I gotta tell my training program how I did today. training program that I use is like an app, and it was all like, oh my god, because I swapped it on the app for training distance, what I was training for, and it was all like, oh my god, have you been training before this, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I have been training with you. You should still be able to tell that I was doing my marathon training with you. Good lord. Promise you've been training? I'm like, I promise I've been training. Although, so the other part of this that I decided is that when I do go back to do a marathon training eventually for Kyoto, I'm going to do the Galloway program again because that program goes above and beyond the marathon distance. So you do run a marathon, and then I think you run like a 27 miler. And I think his philosophy behind that is that then you're like, well, A, you've done it, and B, it's like then the 26.2 miles feels like less. Blah, 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 or something. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what goes through these people's minds. I'm not them. But I think that's the general like rule of thumb for those training programs. So. And I think I can't tell if we're in like second spring or if we are in spring now. Snow's mostly gone. Mountains still have a lot of snow on them, which is good. But most of the snow's gone where we are. It was spectacular to run outside this morning, so that was nice. And yeah, I don't know. Ready for a nap. Oh yeah, anyway, Spuddy Book Club. We did, we were supposed to read Anathema, and then a couple of people were like, oh, it was so boring. So we swapped to Feathers So Vicious and Song So Savage. I DNF'd it. The actual smut part of it was fine, but there was graphic descriptions of child death in like the first 25%. And I'm like, I'm not here for that. Just no. But this month's book it's a duology, is by Kaylee Smith. It's Phantasma and Enchantra. I've already listened to Phantasma. It was fucking amazing. If you ever listened or read Meg Cabot, she wrote The Princess Diaries, but she also wrote a series in and around the same time called the Mediator series. And so this Phantasma gives me very similar vibes of like, yeah, growing up like Ghost Hunter sort of thing. I don't know why, but I love it. The Mediator series was a YA series, so just if you go back to read it, just know it's not going to be spicy. Don't come for me. It's not spicy. Yeah. Okay, so I did do a little bit of work yesterday, and having these drawers set up like I have them set up now with the like, you can just see the corner here, but I've got all the D-rings like right here to reach. It is glorious right now. I love it. Do I have to go in and out of the drawers for every single one? Yes, but that's fine. We're all good. Because typically, well, okay, in the past I've like matched everything up, but honestly, in some ways this is less work. Less time consuming, because then I'm not second guessing where all of this is going, to be honest. So these are the selections that I made pre-Shindig. So we might go in and do a few more selections, but I haven't decided yet because I'm tired. And it's going to depend on what I can get done this week while Dallas is home and stuff like that. Next week will be full steam ahead, and then the following week, right before Dawson, it's going to be like grindstone. We got to get ready for Dawson for sure. But first off, we definitely need more Kato bags. We are not going to get the 100 done, I don't think. Well, we might get the 100 done for Dawson. We are not going to get the 100 done before Ancient Hearts Yarns. The Hanami event. Oh my god. So I had to scramble for that too, because I thought I had arranged childcare, and the childcare fell through, and I'm like, ooh, okay, so morning. I'm like still waiting to actually hear back from my sister-in-law. I'm like, they have to come with me, but can you like come and take them to like the zoo for a couple hours or something? I will give you cash for your zoo ticket. Like, I can make it work if it can't happen, but it's like, whew, that was unexpected. So. Just working along. If you're just joining for the first time, my name is Katie. It's Atelier Nekozuki. Nekozuki's cat lover in Japanese. And the main reasons that I did that is because I was an exchange student in Japan. And when I started making project bags, I started looking for cute cat fabrics, and North American cat fabrics were, So I do know it. I think I know where cute cat fabrics are, and I bet you it's Japan, and they had cute cat fabrics, and now it's kind of ancient history. But I do go over and I select them in Kyoto and Tokyo, and then I come back and obviously make all the products in my studio. So, gotta get pockets. We're gonna go through and put all the webbing in, and then we're gonna go in and put top stitch pockets. Should just take a lint roller to this afterwards. Take a lint roller to it. Yeah, we need to top stitch the interior pockets, and then we need to install them on the interior fabric. I can't remember. I think I selected like 25 of these guys or something like that. And I think I cut navy for this, but we're gonna go with red. I might have cut red for this. I don't remember. Like I said, I cut all of these very specifically, and then I didn't keep track of where anything was going. Of course, because why would I? I did do a really good job with the mini traveler slings this time of like keeping track of what we needed, and even down to like strap color and hardware color. But I still fucked up a couple of them. I'm like, oh god damn it, come on. So I'm gonna blame the cold for that one. It was kind of nice though, because it's like, so Fibre Shindig happened on Sunday this year, which meant that on Saturday, basically, I got an extra prep day, essentially, and the kids did iPads basically all day, which worked out really well for all of us. And then I booted them outside, because now I'm facing the window, so I'm able to like watch out over the yard. We're getting to the point where they can be sittervised or like sitting supervised, at least in spaces that we're all very familiar with, so that's good. They got some outside time. I got a bit of a break. I've started using their headphones more, which is awesome because that means that I don't have to listen to all of their programming. I don't mind most of the time, and honestly, I'm able to block it out most of the time. But it is nice sometimes to just come downstairs and it be quiet like it is right now. If I'm not listening to an audiobook or something like that. Oh, yeah, and currently I am re-listening to The Beast of Bessic by Amelie Howard, I think. I can't remember the author's name. But it is actually one of my favorite historical romances. I think like Regency romance or something like that. Prinny is in Prince Regent. It's the big one. Yeah, just after Napoleon. Is that Regency? It has to be Regency. Maybe. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Not really. It's good. It's like the heroine is very fun. And it's definitely got Beauty and the Beast vibes, which I am here for. Love Beauty and the Beast stories and retellings. Sorry. I'm gonna move this because then I'm gonna leave the glue bottle in here, but I am gonna move it because it's getting in the way. Anyway, yeah. Beauty and the Beast stories are like, retellings are right up my alley. My final project for my honors in English. So the way that University of Calgary worked is that you didn't get honors unless you applied for the program. So I applied for English honors, and my subject matter was the representation of the male beast in Beauty and the Beast, and like how does that reflect kind of on like what we expect of boys in particular and like children, kind of like, because this is a fairy tale, it's supposed to be the moral tale of like telling like these are what we expect of you. Don't build your house out of sticks. Make sure you invest in quality materials, blah, 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 whatever, right? The moral of the story. I think the moral of the story with Beauty and the Beast still is like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder in some ways, more than skin deep. But I specifically focused in on the civilization of the beast through reading is what I focused on. So that was fun because I got to do a bunch of like different retellings, including the Disney like movie and stuff like that. And it was right around the same time that Beastly came out, and it's like, okay, so what does it say that in this like this very contemporary retelling currently, that the beast is a beast because he has like his head is shaved and he's got a bunch of cool tattoos. And there's even like some webcomics satirizing that it's like, you're a beast. It's like, yes, I'm a fearsome beast, but you've got such cool tats. Like, right. Anyway. So I'm all into the Beauty and the Beast retellings. And Beast of Bessic is definitely, I would count in that. Maybe not as explicitly magical rose and everything like that, but it's still really good. Although, speaking of that, I did also listen to an absolutely, I wouldn't call it terrible, but it was not good, objectively. The Beauty and His Beast, The Beast and His Beauty, which was just flat out a retelling smut, where a dark witch, it was like, they hinted at it throughout the book, but I was actually, I don't know, maybe I was just completely oblivious because I was sick, but it was like, at the end it was revealed that they were like werewolves because there's this like big war coming, and I'm like, oh, okay. I don't want to listen to more of these books. But all right, go off. So, oh, God. Yeah, I think the goal today, so Dallas is going to go pick up the kids and everything like that. So I think the goal today should be to get these clipped in and sewn, and then to get the interior pockets at least prepped. Yeah, I think we got enough time for that because, like, we got about 2 hours probably. Well, 2.5 hours until dinner is ready. Gonna have butter chicken on mashed potatoes, which sounds fucking amazing right now. And then, yeah. I want to get a bunch more mini traveler things done. Like I said, the Kato, we're down to 7, so we definitely want Kato bags, more mini travelers, and I should dive into the tote bag pile, and we should pull out some different colors for tote bags, because then it's like, ooh, not just a wall of navy, basically. And then Dawson and I were just discussing what we're going to do for setup for Dawson. His parents should be coming up, so we might try and see if they can like chill with the kids while we do at least the setup of like the booth itself, and then we'll do stocking at the booth on the Sunday. And I did get into vibrations in August as well, so we'll be going out to the island for that. So that'll be a lot of fun. I keep hearing really good things about it, so I'm excited. Never been out for that show, but also it's like, yeah, it's middle of August. Dallas has family out there, so we'll go stay with them, so that reduces the cost impact of the show as well. And try and see some other friends and stuff like that while we're out there. And then, yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a busy summer. The Crochet Retreats just emailed me about doing a show in June, and I'm staring it down, and I'm like, I think I gotta say no. Dallas is also out of town, I just remembered, so that's a big part of it, and I don't have to worry about childcare. But also, I'm like, June is really the only month I have off of shows right now, because I put my application in for Omatsuri, so I'm gonna hope that I get into that. I'm working under the assumption that I do get into Omatsuri in July. Who knows? I haven't heard back yet. But yeah, June right now is the only month without any major training. Although dropping down the amount of training right now does mean that is eased up as well, which is nice. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Whew, it's chilly down here today. It's super nice outside. Yeah, it's plus 10 right now, but still cold in the basement. If you're like, what's that on your ruler? It's a little piece of tape. So this was recommended by a viewer, and I'm still using it, and I'm very grateful for the recommendation. Wendy, shout out to you if you're watching this now or later. Basically, I'm just bumping the tape up against the lip, and then super easy. That's totally the noise that just made. That's not a made-up noise. It's just doot doot. We're in the throes of birthday planning right now as well for the 2 kiddos. And the youngest has a lot of friends that they would like to invite to their party. And when I looked at the list after I got it, I'm like, and then I messaged Dawson, and I'm like, I think we need to have this out of the house. Because, the original plan was that we were going to have them at the house, but there's going to be 10 little kids. And I'm like, and that's not a big deal, but there's probably also going to be 10 parents. And so I'm like, no, we don't have enough space to host that many people, I don't think. So we have more space than we did previously, but not 20 people's worth, and plus us, so 24 people's worth of space. With that energy level of child as well, right? So because there's 3 4-year-olds. So I think we will, well, we're taking them bowling tomorrow because the eldest keeps talking about bowling, and so does the youngest, so we'll go try it. And so if that works, maybe we'll book bowling, because, yeah, whatever happens. And stuff like that. So I think they would have a lot of fun with that, probably. I think this is supposed to be, is it navy or dark brown? No, it's navy. Yeah. I'll do a gold D-ring as well. So. Yeah, and then the eldest definitely has a smaller friend group, which is not surprising. I think they're only missing 1 kid off of it, so I'll add them on, which is fine. I got an email from the education coordinator, I guess, or whatever, the person who goes in and checks in on the kiddos and stuff like that. And that they're saying that the eldest was like, can I put a heart above my eye and my name? And was so excited that they were allowed to put a heart above their eye as the dot. I was like, oh my god, these kids. Yeah. I also went and got my hair chopped off. Still worth it, even with the half marathon training now. It's so much more comfortable. And honestly, the curl pattern is so much better. It's getting, like, here's the thing. I only ever wore it in a ponytail anymore with the other length. So it's like, well, what's the point of having long hair? The curl pattern isn't as nice for me. And it's in a ponytail all the time. So what's the point? So that's way better. I like it better. Still, it'll be nice and cool for summer training as well. So basically now it's like, okay, so I'll wrap up the training for the half now instead of for training for the full. And then have a couple week break. And then we'll move into training for the half marathon for Red Deer in October as well. So, and then because the next race after Calgary is Stampede Road Race again, which is one of my favorite. And that'll be a 10K. And then Red Deer's a half. And I have a 5K in Canmore in September. So it's early September is another 5K. And I think Dallas wants to try and add a 5K in Drumheller in September, which would be good. Be flat. Or should be flat. That's part of why I'm actually really excited to run the Red Deer half, because it should be pancake, hopefully, because it's in Red Deer, it's all down along the river valley, and I'm just like, yes, please, 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 please. So I think it'll be good. I'm already getting hungry. Both of the penguins are getting done. Well, okay, two penguins are getting done. I think I cut. We're gonna go with gray because it's like neutral. Matches the penguins themselves. They've got gray in them. And then the black D-ring tabs. Monotonous. At least you get like a preview of the fabrics I'm working on next. All the drawstring channels are ready. They've been. Oh, this is the last. Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, I thought I had way more, but this is the last one. Why do I have a text message on my laptop? Oh, probably family chat. So yeah, we'll sew the exteriors of these. No. Yes. No, because I should actually... Why I'm saying no is I should actually cut them. I should have cut the wedges first. Whatever, they're all clipped together now, so we'll just cut the wedges now. So I just realized that the... Yeah. Anyway, cut the wedges. Move on. And then because we've got a mix of like older fabrics for pockets and newer fabrics for pockets, we're just going to follow the idiom of if it doesn't have a cat, it gets a different fabric. So like penguins will get either the blue marble we had previously, the lighter blue marble, or the darker blue marble that we've just stocked. So All right. More caffeine. It was such a nice morning for a run this morning. I was like, oh my goodness. The other nice thing is it's like I felt really good finally on this run this morning. But I'm not regretting my decision to drop down. But it was like, yes. As much as it's like, oh, this was a terrible time to have to be sick, it's also like, it definitely gave my body a much needed rest, I guess. Oh my goodness, I have little templates for all my little corners, my little wedge corners, and it should be here, but it is not. Is that surprising? No. Is it annoying? Yes. Okay, there's a large box bag and big bags, and like, I've got 3 different ones for small box bags. And if you're like, Katie, why are they in here? Because this is where they live. Where else are they supposed to live? That's it right there. Alright. Oh, what the hell? Hi, my dear. Twitch. Damn Twitch. Well, it seems to be like all good on YouTube. I can see it there. La 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 la. This username does not exist. Alright, because it isn't that username. It's this username. Oh, no, it wants me to enter a code. Fucking Twitch. Always the problem child. Ugh! I'm getting stuck on my little gap here. What is going on? What is going on? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. I am not restarting the stream if it's not working though. It's so fucking annoying. Watch now. I'm getting at least a picture, but it is not playing. It says that I'm offline, but I'm also live. Hi Andrea. Yeah. I figured you had the same handle as everywhere else, so yeah, like so I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm seeing live. I'm seeing that it updated the date. Prepping for Hanami and Poof. Such an unfortunate acronym. But then it's like offline in the right. Oh god. I wish there was a way to like turn it off while you were streaming and like reset it, but I don't think there is. No, I do not want to log out. Fuck off. Dashboard. Okay, I will have to work on that later, my dear. I'm sorry. You have a black screen. Okay, so I have like a preview screen of like a logo and some terrible photos. It's wild that the chat is working when it's not streaming though too. Honestly, at this point, I'm really tempted to just drop Twitch. Noticed a video playback issue? Let us know. Yeah, it's, I'm gonna say it's completely black or doesn't load. Submit. Because it's definitely working from my end, and it is, I think, working on YouTube. I wonder if, like, my internet is not fast enough. But we've never had an issue. Like, when it works, it works. That's the stupid part of this, too, right? Alright, come join us on YouTube, please. Also wild that you can hear me but cannot see me. Like, you would think that if it failed, the whole thing would fail instead of just, like, specific portions of it. I don't get it. I wonder if I need a different streaming software or something like that. Maybe that's it. Maybe it doesn't even, I don't know. But I like this one. It's easy to use. I don't know anymore. I'm tired. It's like, I'm at the point where it's like, okay, tech just has to work right now, or else, like, I'm just, nope and out of there. So. All right, we're already at the wedge cutting. I thought that I selected like 25 of these. Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I got through more than I thought yesterday. We did not get, I have not gotten all the bases sewn on yet. Mostly because I was like, holy shit, if I do not select what I want to finish for Shindig right now, I'm not going to get it done. And we still didn't get the Kato done because of sickness shenanigans. Yeah, that is really weird. You know what? Twitch has always been a pain in the ass, to be honest. So I'm like, I'm really tempted to just not, and just stick to Twitch. It's like my audience on YouTube, or sorry, not stick to Twitch, stick to YouTube. Because my audience on YouTube grows more consistently as well. It's like, we're listening. That's why your stream isn't working. You dare impugn our reputation. Anyway, so that's like, what, 3? Jesus. Threw away the template instead of chucking the canvas over. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so we got 21 that I have lined up right now to finish up. And I think we'll just kind of end up rotating through all of these in the next few weeks. So basically the idea is, I better not get fucking sick again. This is, I seriously feel like the preschool germs came out this year and we're like, we're going to personally victimize you. They had a grudge this year. So we're going to hopefully not have a grudge in the next couple months. Hi.
How you feeling?
Okay.
Relief? Or?
Yeah, I got it all swapped and everything like that, so everything's good. It's super easy. You can just do it through Race Roster.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How you feeling?
So.
About it?
Fine. It really
Feels right?
Yeah, it feels right. So, yeah, it was a good decision. Yeah. So.
That was a terrible gym session.
Was it?
Well, the beer.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That beer was, even mine wasn't that strong, and I was like, oh, okay, we're here. Yeah, being sick sucks. So what Dallas was just asking about is I actually just today kind of decide, well, okay, I've been thinking about it for the past few days, and I did not run at all last week because not only did we have an upper respiratory illness, which is what you can still hear a little bit, I think the youngest brought home pink eye. One of them brought home pink eye. So we both also had pink eye. So the eldest was home last week, so I wasn't streaming. Our treadmill broke. The deck underneath the running mat actually cracked. Thankfully, it's under warranty, so they sent us the part. We're just waiting for the repair tech. I like to book the repair tech now. So the fact that they were home, I had an upper respiratory illness, and it snowed outside. I was like, well, that's not happening today. It wasn't happening because the amount of snot was like epic. I actually ended up with a neti pot, and I've never had one before. Most disgusting experience ever. Okay, no, actually. The amount that I had to do it was the most disgusting experience ever. The most disgusting experience ever, flat out, was still hand, foot, and mouth and the blister peel. But anyway, fucking kids. Not their fault even. Fucking child illnesses. I gotta answer that in a couple minutes. That's Caroline doing a push on the Hanami stuff. Anyway, but I was like, oh god. So I missed a massive run. I missed a 17-mile run, 18-mile run. And I'm just like staring it down, and I'm like, being like, I don't think I can finish this in the time limit that even Calgary has, which is 6.5 hours. So we just discussed it today, and I'm like, I think I gotta drop to the half, because I'm, with the amount of training that I've done and the speed that I've gained, I'm right on track to be able to do 2:45, which they have a pacer for. And like the change in like the running ability just with a freaking pacer is insanity. So I dropped it down while Dallas was at the gym. That's what he was checking in about. It doesn't feel great, but it feels right. And I think it's the right decision. So, yes, I still have a membership to the gym. So what this does do is it lightens up the load so that over the next couple weeks, I can also, next few weeks, because we're still like over, what does it say? 46 days. So we're like 6.5 weeks out. I can go and do my strength training and stuff like that now. So, and then that'll be the focus again over the summer, is strength training and speed work, so that when I do eventually go and train for my next marathon, I can like don't have to spend 4.5 hours out running. Because the other flip side of this is I am pretty sure I'm going to not run Osaka Marathon either. I want Kyoto more, and I was like looking at it, I'm like, I don't want to take 3 days for a race on this trip. Like, for their first trip, it's like, it would be like package pickup day, and we would do the aquarium that day as well, but it's like package pickup day, so that's a full day there. Race day, which is more than a full day there, and then a recovery day. And I'm just like, no, that's not how I want to spend my time this trip. I want to spend my time taking the kids to see the sights. So we were just discussing that. Dallas is still going to apply for Tokyo because he's gunning for his like really fast marathons and stuff like that. And I'm like, yep, nope, like 100% support chasing that goal. But the fact that it's like, I'm kind of like, I want to run Osaka, but it's not the top one I want to run. I'm just like, nah, let's drop that, and I'll train for Kyoto. So staring down now that I'll probably try for Kyoto in 2028, which is when we were kind of already planning to go back. I do eventually want to run Osaka, but it's just right now it's just not there. So and this is already eased up in the fact that like I can do spin on Monday. I have a cross training day. We actually have a race on Sunday too, which will be fun. It's run the bridges, and apparently it's really flat. So I'm gonna try and go for a post baby PB. My last PB was like, my last 5K before kids was 36:04. So I want to get between 35 and 36 minutes. Sub 36. That's the main goal. So, yeah, I don't know. It's also like I'm right on track losing weight right now, which will make it easier to like heft my body around in a half and a full marathon course in a couple years, and like all of that too. And I was hating life. I hit the training wall, and I know it was partly the training, but like with the 2 little kids and everything like that too, it's like, all right, it's all the have tos. I had to be training, have to be looking after the kids, which obviously kids are top priority, but have to be training, have to be looking after the kids, have to be working, and it was just too much right now. So training for Kyoto for 28 will be a lot easier because they'll be 7 and 6, and so they'll be like, yeah, it'll be easier, I hope. Who knows? Famous last words, right? Not that marathon training is ever easy. I don't think it should be easy, right? Because that's the whole thing. You're building up your mental resilience and everything like that. But that's where I'm failing right now the most, is like mental resilience. So anyway, it's changed. I'm happy with it. Like I said, it's maybe not like isn't a decision I feel great about, but it is the right decision for me right now. Now I have an extremely achievable goal instead of like staring down the terror of will I get swept? Because honestly, the way that training's going right now, I probably would have gotten swept. Just how it would have gone. So, well. But now I'll go and I will attempt a 2:45 or less. If I'm feeling really good, I'll get ahead of them at the end, hopefully. And like the endurance training that I've done for the marathon, because that's what I was doing, is basically endurance training for me. And then now I've got like speed work and stuff like that for the last few weeks for this half marathon training. So it'll be good. And it eases up my training schedule right as I need it for Dawson, to be honest. So like tomorrow I have a 2-mile run, which is basically at a walking pace because it's a recovery run. So like, all right, we can do this. Train for Kyoto for 2028. So basically the next few years then, so it's like 3 years from now. Next few years will be speed work and strength training and weight loss and training my 5s and my 10s, mostly my 10s and my halves actually, and getting them like in shape to indicate whether I can do it or not. End goal being that I want a 5 to 5.5 hour marathon, and then we'll go from there. And then that trip would just be a get the fuck in, run the race, get the fuck out race, basically. And fabric shopping, because hi. Yeah, and they have to, right? Yeah. Dopey training in some ways was easier, which is wild. But I don't think the business was as busy, and the kids weren't as busy. The kids are definitely getting busier now. I think that was actually an easier training program too. And honestly, I think what I'll do next time I train for a marathon is I will go with the Galloway program, because it just was... What was that? Like, why I was thinking that? I can't remember. Oh, right. I would discuss this earlier, but it was like they go beyond... So that Galloway program for dopey and stuff like that goes beyond a marathon distance. And... yeah, because I think the fail point right now is that, like, I wasn't even going to get past 30K right now, so. And yeah, same goals, just pushed out a couple years, which is fine. And also just the thought process of, like, everything we have planned pretty much for trips right now, outside of, like, it's either work related or it's run related. And in the case of Japan, both. And I'm like, I just kind of want a vacation. So at least with Japan, it's like we'll have like 2.5 weeks of vacation. And then Dawson will run Tokyo, and then we'll go to Tokyo Disneyland. So. And I still get my fucking cool medal for the half marathon. I'm excited for that. Because they look like they're all belt buckles this year. Yeah, Dallas was like, honestly, you hated even running dopey at Disney, or the marathon at Disney. And I'm like, yeah. Though I did do pretty good on that one. I didn't hate life until about mile 24. So we had like 3K left. 3.5, I guess. So that would have been like just before 40K. Seriously, though. Personally victimized by these goddamn preschool germs. really nervous for next year because it's like they'll be in 2 different germ pools because they're staying with, both children are staying with the preschool they're with currently. In part because I was like, well, if there's any other friends that are staying as well or going to that, like, the kindergarten that's right next door, then they've got friends. So hopefully, I think some of them will be because apparently there's 9 or 10 kids from their preschool going to this kindergarten. So A, they'll recognize kids at the kindergarten. B, it's right there. And so I can drop them off and pick them up at the same time from the same location. And they'll just do like kindergarten transfer for me and stuff. But anyway, but it's still 2 different germ pools because preschool and then the kindergarten has different kids in it. Which means that if there's other siblings and like all of this, right? So I'm extremely worried about what they will bring home next year at this already. I'm like, no. I know that's already like anticipatory, like fear, but I'm like, oh God. We've already agreed that we're going to be booking cancellation insurance for the trip because it's like, especially doing it through points, I don't want to lose all those air miles if we can't go because of something like this. Or we have hand, foot, and mouth again or something. Both kids are vaccinated for measles, but there's measles going around in Alberta right now. Actually, Dallas does have his 2nd dose. I did double check with him because I was like, I have 2 doses. Because I had a dose before when we previously lived in Alberta. Because Mom did keep up on our vaccines mostly. But then we moved, so we went Alberta, BC, Alberta. And so none of my vaccines tracked with me, which is annoying. But I'd had a dose in 2007 or 2008 when there's a mumps outbreak at U of C. And then after I had the 2nd kiddo, the youngest, they were like, we don't have 2 verified like doses on your account, so we should just give you another. I'm like, yep, let's do it. I'll take another dose. Why not? I've never had a reaction to it or anything like that, so I'm like, fuck it. If you're gonna give me a vaccine, please do. I know, right? Fucking germ pools. And the only thing that makes this worthwhile is they are thriving, but like, God, they bring everything home. And then so Caroline I was telling her, I'm like, I'm really worried about next year. This better be, the theme of this year is like, this better be prepayment so we don't get any illness in February next year before Japan. And Caroline's like, well, you could just mask it, like, or just mask while you're at home and everything like that. And I'm like, yeah, but the problem is that unless something drastically changes, the children still crawl into bed with us, and I'm not masking while I'm sleeping. I guess I could. That'd be hilarious. I guess lots of emergency and everything like that. For German measles. Oh, that's interesting. I just had whatever the MMR, so mumps, measles, and rubella. Is rubella German measles? It might be, actually. Whatever the concoction is that they give like the kids and stuff like that, but an adult dose of it, obviously. But yeah, because they were finding, of course, that our immunity was waning. And that's how we found out that it was waning, is the mumps outbreak in 2008, I think. And so that, given the outbreaks right now, I just wanted to double check with Dallas that he had a dose. So he had a dose in like 2000, 2001. Because they were over in Indonesia, so their vaccines got upkept a little bit more even than mine. All right, got 1, 2, last 2 here, and then we can sew the edges, and then we'll go in and start prepping pockets, I think. Yeah, may as well. Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to go bowling with the kids, which is exciting. The eldest keeps wanting to go bowling, so it's like, all right, let's go bowling. I think both of them will have a lot of fun. And then we'll figure out from there if we're going to have the youngest's birthday party there, because we have 10 little kiddos that are like needing to be invited, or 11. 10 or 11, I can't remember. It's in the double digits. And I'm like, best laid plans of like having the party here, and I'm just like, we don't have the space for that. Even because of the other factor of this is like, okay, we could kick them out into the yard basically, and they could run around like hooligans out there. But it's like, it's the beginning of May. It might be shitty weather. Like, who knows? There are no guarantees until pretty much after Victoria Day, even still. So if they enjoy it tomorrow, we'll book that for them, I think. Or, well, at least for the youngest. The eldest doesn't have as many little friends to invite, so I think we can still do their party here, maybe. Because it's like 6 or 7 little kids. It's hilarious because the youngest, I just realized, the youngest included the eldest on their list. And it's like, well, yeah, they're going to be there no matter what. You have no choice here. But I just realized that the eldest did not include their sibling on their list, which is kind of hilarious. So. Oh, we're back to sewing. Feels good. It's what? This is like 21 bags or something like that. And then I will go in and select more. Like, what should we do next? I think we should do some more tote bags so that we're not just like navy colored tote bags, which is kind of what the rack looked like the other day at Shindig. I think we should go in and do some other colored tote bags just to bring some variety, because otherwise it doesn't catch the eye as well as like just a block of navy tote bags. Which I was like, I'm just going to select a few off the top. Here we go. In part because it's like, if I don't do this, then we're not going to end up with new tote bags. Is that? No, that is not good because that is the selvage. Selvage is really wide. Oh, shit. Okay, not as bad on that. Well, no, just as bad on that side, but less noticeable because there's no writing on it. I probably went, this is fine, because I'll just do the, like, width of the seam allowance, or selvage for the seam allowance. Okay. Forgetting that I can't actually see it through the interfacing. There we go. Alright. A little bit wider of a seam allowance than normal, but that's okay. I did actually test for COVID with this one because I was like, okay, this is like, the fatigue was wild. It had a bit of a fever with it. Nothing insane. Very mild, but definitely like a body heating experience. And I'm like, ugh. But no, just a nasty virus. It's like, of course. Thank God it was like, done for Shindig. Because I think it was done for Shindig, and I masked just in case it wasn't. Because I don't need to get people sick. I think, I don't know. Although I've mostly been masking at shows anyway, because it's just like, well, I don't know what kind of bug of the week we have this week, so if there is a bug of the week, I don't want to pass it to people. Anyway. Yeah, Shindig went well. I finished up one of the Obi Travelers things, and it was like the first thing that sold, so that was a good move. That floral one that needed the interior. wrapped up. So it was wrapped up and sold. And then was aghast at the fact that I only had 7 Kato. So actually I think it's down to 6. We sold a lot of ducks, just little duck stitch markers. I found new jars for them that are a little bit taller that fit them better. So I was like, yes, I like it. So it's like I could actually fit the set of ducks in, and they won't, they like rattle around a little bit, but they also have enough room to actually be in the jar without me having to like strategically place them in the jar. So that was good. I did just as well or better than last year. And I did better than the fall show, which is good. And wild because I had a larger booth at the fall show. So I definitely, like, normally when you move up a booth size, you are doing better. But that's fine. I'll take it. I'll take the fact that a 10 by 10 sold more than a 10 by 16. It's less for me to set up. Less of a cost output as well, so that's always nice. What? Oh, it broke. What the hell happened there? Alright, well. Apparently chain piecing is not quite going to plan today, but that's okay. Whatever goes to plan right now. Yeah, and I got to finally use the wisteria that I bought for like Knit City last year, and then it showed up too late. Speaking of which, I should find some Momiji leaves for Knit City so it can like be seasonally appropriate. And actually, yeah, I should deal with that text from Caroline because she probably needs that info right now. Wednesday, yeah, she's putting photos in the newsletter, then she needs it now. Okay, get this set up, and then I'll see what Caroline needs, and then we'll go back to sewing these actually. Just, oh, that's not even. There's like thread still on the bobbin, but that is not worth putting back in with how much trouble that would cause. It was like nothing basically. Swap the bobbin, swap the bobbin. And actually the youngest was helping sew the other day, so I was sewing the welt pockets for the mini traveler slings. And they were sitting on my lap, and I was like, okay, you gotta keep your hands away from like this, right? All the safety shit. And, but then they were helping like trim the threads. I was like, that can be your job. You can trim the threads. I was like, fucking adorable. They're so goddamn, they're like cute aggression, right? It's just like, you're so cute, I could eat you. Which they don't understand. They're like, no, don't eat me. And I'm like, yes. Actually, I think I've told this story before, but it's worth repeating. When we were out coming back from Victoria last year, and we ate the youngest, and I was like, oh no, we should wait until after they've like had their pizza because then they'll taste like pizza instead. And they're all like, no, blah 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 blah. And but then, so whatever, they ate their pizza, and then we went to put them all into the truck, and the youngest just like chomps Dallas's arms, and Dallas is like basically, what the fuck? Like, why did you just chomp down on my arm? And this kid's like, 'cause you're pizza, daddy. It's like, oh no. Tycho. Oh, and my name change came in. So I'm officially Katie across the board. Which means that I also need to yeah, I'm gonna have to change the, like, kiddos' freaking birth certificates, so that's fun. No, that's not the right email. There's the right email. Okay, I will email this, and then we will go back to sign. Oh my god, just copy the email, Katie. Oh, sweet. Okay, there's both of them. Getting photos together so that we can promote Hanami. So important stuff. Okay, copy. Back. Drafts? No. That's not where it is. Drafts. There we go. Saying it's invalid. It is not invalid, but alright. Wait, that's it. That's an invalid email. No, these are both. It's like saying that they're invalid, but they are not invalid email addresses. What the fuck? They're, like, in some ways more legitimate than my email address. Oh my god. Okay. I wonder if I could just reply all to the one here. Caroline. Hanami. Yeah, no, there we are. Alright, there we go. Admin work done. This needs to be moved over too. Because they're salvages. Wind the bobbin, wind the bobbin. Also, I was like unpacking all of my stuff, and so I packed up. I know I have a box with a bunch of barcode labels that I've like printed off already. So I'm like, perfect. I'll like tag and barcode in the like a little bit of like quieter periods during Shindig, because A, if it's not in the system, it's not as big a deal if it's not barcoded, but B, if I've got the time, I may as well barcode it, sort of thought process. And I checked, and I know I have a box of like a business card box with barcodes in it. Full of barcodes, especially for the mini traveler slings. I had mini traveler slings, and I can't remember if it was tote bags or large box bags. Doesn't matter, but because it had the mini traveler sling ones, which was the important. Those are the important ones today. Got there, got set up. Don't know where they went. They just gone. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, where the fuck did they go? I'm still baffled. And I'm like, okay, so what do I do? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to print barcodes before Dawson. Well, probably before Hanami as well. But definitely before Dawson, because it just makes life easier. And so I think what I'll do is I'll go above the numbers that I've already printed, and then we'll just use those ones later, whatever. They'll turn up eventually, maybe. Who knows? It's so fucking annoying. Where, and because I checked specifically. I'm like, did I not unpack something? Maybe? Like, what is going on? Before I worked. But this is the only time to work. That definitely tells me, though, that I'm not like... I am mostly recovered, but maybe not fully recovered. Damn it. Around and around and around. Actually, we can go in and also do the wedging on this. So should I? Yeah, we'll go in and we'll finish the exteriors as best we can. And then we'll go in and we'll do all the interior work. And then they'll be ready for Smash together, which is pretty awesome that we're actually that far along. So, so here's the thing. I did get actually the bases installed on most of the Kato, and I did get all the pockets sewn, so they're all folded and sewn already. They're waiting to get top stitched, and they currently need top stitching and that other thing, installation into the interior. You know, just a couple like very important steps. No big deal. See, I need to... Actually, what I should do... No, I'm not going to do that. I was like, I should take the interiors upstairs, and while we're hanging out, I can trim, like, cut all the wedges from on the interiors, but... My body was like, no. Brain actually was like, no. If I have a low energy a day on Friday, that's what I'll do, is I'll take them upstairs and we can chill and watch anime, and I can just trim all these wedges. you have? No. Salvage. Yay! We had book club last night. Book club was very good. Next month is Phantasma and Enchantra. I'm so fucking excited. Phantasma was so good. I don't know. Well, Enchantra's not out yet, but it's like the duology sort of thing. So, and yeah. So, but I really enjoyed the audiobook of it. The narrator is one that I've been wanting to listen to for a while. So I'd known about this book for a bit, but yeah. Anyway, so it was good. I'm gonna re-listen to it probably this month, because why not? Also because I've forgotten a lot of stuff that's happened, because I've read a lot since. But what I'm listening to currently is Beast of Bessic, which is a re-listen. It's one of my favorite Regency historical romances, so I really like it. And it's like actually made me laugh out loud this like listen through, so I'm like, all right, I'll take that as a good indication. So definitely explicit. By the way, whatever I was listening to last time where I was like, oh, it's a slow burn, or it's slow and there hasn't been anything explicit, there is explicit. I just hadn't gotten there yet. I can't even remember what book that was. Because I DNF'd Feather So Vicious and whatever the other one is. And then I listened to something else and I'm like, oh yeah, it's not spicy. And then it got spicy. I can't remember. Listened to A Beast in His Beauty. That one was super... I don't recommend it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It kept my brain occupied. And the narrator wasn't terrible, so that was okay. But yeah, the story was not good. Also, if you missed the news, we're in Odafest, and we're also into Vibrations in Victoria. So we're on a mad dash for a few shows this year, especially because Vibrations will be in the middle of August, so it's going to be in full Knit City prep mode. But that's okay. We'll survive one way or another. And the benefit to that one being that it's like Dalsa's family out there, so we get to stay with them, which does take away the whole concern about like hotel costs. So that's always nice. I honestly wouldn't consider it otherwise, so because it's a pretty big commitment going. Like Vancouver already is, but then Victoria is that like a little bit further, and ferry system and everything like that. And in August, very expensive. But I also like visiting Victoria in August, actually. We did that a couple of years ago, and it was really nice. 3 years ago. It's insane to think that was almost 3 years ago. So, yeah, it'll be good. And I keep hearing good things about this show, so fingers crossed. I'm really excited for Dawson Creek this year, so knowing a little bit better now what we're getting into and everything like that, and they've got me in like a really good spot. Basically, I'm in the exact same spot I was last year, but my booth is turned 90 degrees, so that's cool. I'm in the front at Hanami this year. There's going to be 6 of us as vendors, which is insane. It's a lot of vendors in that space. Plus, of course, Caroline, too. So 7 vendors, technically. We'll have treats and tea, and I think she's doing prize drawings. Yeah. Getting up to gentle shenaniganry. I know I'm chain piecing these, but honestly, the fact that they're like dropping off the edge and we have to keep maneuvering it underneath is not working well for me today. Of course, you can't see anything right now because it's like the exposure is like, oh my god, it's part on white. Just know we're sewing together stuff, and then once we actually turn it out, it'll be fine. Not all these fabrics are white, it's just the interfacing, bleaching out everything. Although I did turn up my brightness a little bit earlier because when I started and I was working with the colors, it's like, this is far too dark. Okay, how many do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sweet. Let me put them over here. I don't know why putting them over there versus where they were is any better, but whatever gets me to work on them is good. We're just gonna take it. Sometimes better not to ask questions. Ooh. I'm also realizing we gotta actually figure out what we want to get the kids for their birthday. I'm like, oh god, don't know what to do yet. God, I want to look almost for like on Facebook Marketplace for like the little drivable Jeeps and stuff like that. I think that they would have a lot of fun with that. I don't know yet. Eldest is still into like the whole mermaids, unicorns, sparkly pretty, and the youngest is definitely still into the whole robots. Robots. Which is how I've been like bribing them to potty train. It's terrible in some ways, but amazing in others. And so it's like, all right, well, you gotta like potty train so that we don't have to carry a bunch of diapers with us to Japan. Because the less diapers we have to carry, the more robots you get to bring home. not strictly true, but something has kind of clicked recently, so I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's getting there. It's like, yes. They're a smart kid. And I think once they get it, like, they get it, it's just gonna, right? It's been a long time getting there. Anyway, so they're getting bribed with robots. Oh, they also really like Mario Kart right now, both of them do. The eldest is actually really good at it. It's ridiculous. This is the third last one. What did I say? We'll do the wedging. Yeah, we may as well do the wedging. And then we can get pockets figured out at that point, because then I can actually see what the fabrics are. Because basically we're following the rule of thumb of if it's got a cat, it's getting paw prints. If it doesn't have a cat, it's getting blue. That's it. Those are the options. Ooh, did I just run out of bobbin thread? I don't know why I keep trimming them off when I'm typically chain piecing, but whatever. Brain's not here today, apparently. I didn't turn my space heaters on today, and apparently I should have. I'm like, I can deal, maybe. Oh, good. There's still some caffeine to be had. Excellent. Okay. So we did backtrack over this, so I'm just going to go over it again. Yeah, because I did not get backstitched at the top here. There we go. Solid. Two more. Then we'll be done. Last one. I really want another dome. Actually, we promised the kids because we were going to race on Sunday. So we're going to go get fancy donuts. We got a Korean/Japanese bakery in Cochrane called Wow Donuts now. They started as they're like a local chain basically. They started in Calgary. And now they've expanded to a bunch of different locations, but rightfully so. Their baked goods are delicious. And I've never had one of their donuts. I'm like, I told the youngest we'd go try them this weekend. Last one for now. I guess that would be key here. There we go. All right, so now what we'll do, I think we'll just pull these all individually because it's not like a chain piece of wedges, and we'll just clip and go straight into it. I'm going to clear out all of the clips for now. I don't need any more for till later. Okay. Yeah. Go. I'm gonna turn the brightness down a little bit because this is actually really bothering me. There now. Hopefully that's not like burning all our retinas out. All right, there we go. Now, and then clicky click, clicky click, clicky click. There we go. Burr, 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 burr. I guess realistically, I could go through and actually do like a wedge on all of these, and then we just go do the other side. So let's do that. Why not? Why? Yep. No. Nope. That one needs a full side stitch because we missed the selvage, and it actually missed a portion of the top. So we'll go in and redo that. Fine. That's why I try not to have the selvage on the Kato cuts when we do. That's why when I pull it off or away from the large box bag cut, I try and keep the side that doesn't have the selvage. So obviously some of these we didn't have a choice, but when I have the option, yeah, don't do that. Because usually there's one side that has like a larger selvage, and then the other side has like little to no selvage sort of thing. Owls. Probably about 10 left, I think. Oh, 6, 7, 13 left, 14 left, somewhere in there. Like I said, we'll have to redo that penguin side seam. That's fine. Not a big deal there. And then, yeah. I am definitely, I'm like, we are not doing a hard push this week. Because I'm currently exhausted and I don't need to get more sick again. But probably next week. Yeah, next week and the week following that. Apparently Dallas is working late too, so it's like we gotta figure out when exactly he's coming home, because it's like the last couple days before Dawson. I'm like, come on. But they've got a big plant shutdown coming up, so they have to be like on the same page and up to date and everything like that. And I'm like, okay, fine. But I can't. We haven't figured out. He thought that he was coming home like just late on Tuesday, which whatever, not a big deal. But it looks like he might be coming home like late on Wednesday, and I'm like, really? Not fair. Because he's in a position of no OT now too, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 left. Oh, plus the penguin, so 13. But yeah, I'm just like sitting here. I'm like, oh my god, I'm tired. I like still could go for a nap right now. So I think when Stas calls me up for dinner, that will be it for tonight. So that's okay. Be back on Friday. Yeah, Friday, Saturday will be exploration day. Maybe a little bit of work in the afternoon. I don't know yet. Monday is... Dallas does have a long run, so we're still going to like... And I've got spin now instead of 19 miles, which... Hallelujah. Yeah, that's good. I don't think I have anything above like 10 miles now, which is about 16K. Which is like... It's glorious. So good. All right, did we get... Yeah, we got it caught where it's not... There's no obvious salvage. Good. Did we catch there? Yes, looks like it. Yeah, good. Banana cats, banana cats, banana cats. Oh yeah, and we got housekeeping cat pretty much done. I think what the hold up there was that I needed to do the pockets into the interior, but I did that the other day. So. Okay. Down to the last 5 or 6. Oh, yeah, actually, I probably won't work tomorrow because we've got Dallas's dad is part of the Petroleum Club in Calgary. And they've got a mixer tomorrow night. And I was like, if you need someone to go with you to the mixer, I would appreciate going to the mixer with you. And actually, it worked out that he's able to take both Dallas and I, so that's good because it's good for Dallas to make the connections. It'll hopefully be good for my business to make the connections. I actually write my name on a bunch of the business cards because I keep forgetting to put my name on the business cards. Well, because they're hang tags too, so I don't really like put it on there, but I'll just take a pen. That's all I'll do. Let's just take a pen. We're good. Last one, and then we get to go do the other side. Actually, I'll fix up the penguin bag, and then it could be the start of the chain piecing. Oh, no. All right. That also needs to be stitched on that side. So we will trim this down for now. Come on, my pretties. Gotta do your... No! It's like you want to pull us all up, but we got caught. Okay. Oh god. Of course. Oh, whatever. Okay. Yay. Complete. And that, so half of them done. Just, did I catch the exterior fabric? Looks like, no, whatever. Let's just go back down it again. Not gonna hurt. There. And then we have to do the same on this one. It's fine on this side. It's this side. It actually wandered completely off track. And completely off of the selvage as well. So, let's get that rectified. There we go. 1, 2. And then we'll do both of their wedges. And then we'll start the other line of wedges with these guys. Because why not? Trimmed it. I didn't actually need to trim it. Whatever. Less weight. That's what we're going with. Okay. Now, make sure that they nest same direction. That also sounds like the needle might need to be changed. Good. I think. I don't know. We're going to say it's good. I'll change it later. Actually, next time we change it, I need to clean out the floof too. So, we'll change it before we start the pocket top stitching. So that might not be today. But just know that before I've started the pocket top stitching, I will clean out and change the needle. Because it just sounds a little bit different right now, which is wild to say, but like if you sew, you know what I mean. Like it gets rough sounding. Not bad though. Still sewing fine. There's no nesting or anything like that. So, oh god, okay. Clip. So yeah, there'll be more ducks and axolotls ready. I don't know if I'll have the display space for them in Ancient Arts, but I'll definitely have them with me at Peace. Yeah, ducks and axolotls this time, which is really fun. And then hopefully all the bags that I have overcommitted to. We'll find out about that one. Ooh, I wasn't streaming for this. I can't remember why not, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But I tested out the whole, just put everything on the zipper tape and just sew from the cord reel, and my god, it worked very well. Like, actually ridiculously well. So I'm like, alright, well that's a win. Another 0.4 zipper tape. Being able to just like sew off the reel and not trim it down until you're done sewing it into the bag. Well, actually, I had to trim it down so that I could sew like the second side to it, but I was like, whatever. Still chain piece it after that. But it meant that there was like extremely little zipper wastage, and it was comparable or faster. And there wasn't very many like mess ups, which was awesome. Actually, sewing before Shindig went, I would say, pretty smoothly, so that was good. Although, to be honest, most of this sewing has gone pretty smoothly this time around, so I'll take it. Because we definitely know that there's some days where it's just like, let's just burn the machine and everything else to the ground, because this is not working anymore. Although, honestly, I haven't had any of those days for a while, so I will 100% embrace that. Alright, this is too big a string, so we're just going to trim them all apart. So yeah, and the pockets already, like I said, sewn. They need to be turned and top stitched. That's all that needs to be done to them. And then install, well, there's 3 steps. So it's turn, 4 steps. Turn, top stitch. No, there's 3. Turn, top stitch, and then install into the interiors. And then that'll be ready. There's definitely some sort of really big storm brewing to the north of us right now. I'm like, ooh, that looks nasty. Glad we're not further north, because it's so far avoided us. And it might have actually been blowing out. I can't tell right now, but definitely was there when we were out for lunch. Oh God. Good Lord. Sorry. I hope I'm not making anyone else yawny. Alright. 4 more to do the wedge on, and then we will be done wedging the exteriors. And then we'll move on to at least what I think I'll try and get done is getting all the pockets like ready basically, so at least picked, and then if we have time I'll turn them as well. I doubt that I'll have time to do the top stitching today, but that'll leave us in a really good spot for like moving forward from that. 2 more, 2 more, 2 more. So if this is 20 and we had what, like 112, so we're like 20% of the way in-ish. That's not bad, actually, all things considered. I think we got 12, 13, 14 minis done the other day. There's still 2 sitting here because they had, well, the fans got stuck behind the sewing machine. Annoying. But true. It's okay, it'll suit Hanami better anyway. Well, it would have suited Shindig too, but it'll suit Hanami as well. And then the little black cat with the wisteria, which is the one I posted to Instagram, being like, it'll be ready for Shindig. I ended up installing the wrong color D-ring tab, and I could have swapped either the D-ring tab or the strap, but I didn't have time. I was like, no, it hit the point of timeout. I have fixed it though, so it just needs a tag now. But yeah, I picked out the D-ring tab and I put in the new D-ring tab instead of swapping the, well, yeah, instead of swapping the strap. I'm like, I would have had to open it up to do the strap. I had to open it up to do the D-ring anyway. I don't know, it just seemed easier to do the D-ring. And I got it done. So that's what matters. It's done. It's not in timeout anymore. So I'll take it. The bags are all nice and warm because they've been up against the window and the sun's coming in. Like, kneecap down is warm on my legs right now because sunshine. Come on up, pretties. Thank you. Hey, Flintstone, how are you? Oh, and now we have very bougie cats. So I ran out of their, like, fancy hydrolyzed protein food the other day, the vet diet. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. I've got the salmon food. We've figured out that it's very unlikely that this is a, like, food allergy for his, like, all his lesions and all of that. So I was like, I'll just put him back on the salmon food because it's 50%, 30, like a third cheaper, all of that. And I'm like, I would love to be able to just kind of move into a food that doesn't require a paycheck. Or as much of the paycheck. But they weren't eating it. Such bougie cats. Hi, how are you? You are looking better right now, though, so. This is Flynn, if you haven't met him before. Hi, cat. Alright, can you help me sort out the bags? Or are you going to sit in the window and enjoy the sunshine? Because that's also an extremely valid and excellent option. It's like, I need some scritches. He's nice and warm. Hi. I know, right? Alright. I'm going to do 2 piles. Blue. Blue. Those ones aren't clipped apart. Blue. Of course, he's like on the side. That's paw, 2 paw print ones. 3 paw print ones because it's dog fabric, so that makes sense too. Cats. 4 paw prints. Fans, no. Geisha, no. Penguins, no. Cats. Coffee shop, no. Banana cats, yes. Cats, yes. Sheep, no. Postal animals, no. Taimari black cats, yes. Melting cats, yes. Tigers, no, actually. They are going to go with one of the marble prints. Muted neon floral cats, yes. Coffee cup cats, yes. Paw prints. Fuji, no. Blue. And then cat faces with cat kanji is paws. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 12 paw prints. Okay, 12 paw prints. 12 paw prints, 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 12 paw prints. I can't tell if he's actually enjoying that or if he's like, fuck off, lady. Or are there birds out there that you're watching? Oh, okay. Fine, I'll leave you alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 various blue. 11 blue. Okay. Now, the awesome part is I have them all like stacked in a bin right here, so it shouldn't be an issue. They should all, or the majority of them should be here at least. I do see that there's some up on the desk. That's fine. Whatever. They can stay there. Mini Traveler Sling cuts are here as well. Damn it. Okay. And then Housekeeping Cat is here. Oh, and it needs its sides done. I thought that it was further along. Okay, I can do that. Whatever, not a big deal. Probably not tonight, but we'll get there. Oh, that drawstring is ready as well. Whatever. Okay, so we got, what did I say? 12 paws, 11 blue. Okay, let's see if I can just find an end for the blue. Nope, we're just gonna have to cut in the middle. Okay, well, there we go. Broke this up. So we need 22 of the blue because of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's like the magician's sleeve. They just keep coming. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22, 22, 22. Good. 24 paw prints. All right, so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, Okay, which means now it's time to turn all of these. So just there, so they're all sewn down at the bottom there. We open up an end here and just turn them out like that. And then they'll get, basically what I do is I go in and I just kind of side there. So there's what we're going to do, and then we'll just sew across the top there. Yay. Easy-ish. This one is directional, which is wild because when I was looking at it online, I did not clue into the fact that it's directional, because the ones we had previously were all kind of like, what, I don't know, drunken path cat paws, ditzy cat paws. They did not go just one direction. They kind of circled around on the fabric everywhere. So, but paw prints, they're adorable. This cat's like, ha, 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 I've got the perfect spot. I know it is a very good spot, cat. I'm going to zoom you out so you can actually see what I'm working on. Kind of, and the cat better as well. So we're just turning all of the pockets. And then, like I said, once we're done, we'll go in and top stitch. But I feel like that is not a job for tonight. I feel like tonight, this is good enough. I guess we'll also track down the interiors. Whoops. That might be useful. Yeah, well, whatever. They're around here somewhere. I know where all the small box bag ones are because I'm staring at them right now, but I will adjust these so that I'm happy with where they sit before we top stitch them. The we there being the royal we. Well, me and Flynn and everyone joining on the stream, which I appreciate. Are looking a little bedraggled, sir. Yeah. Oh, that's because we've had to take out the mats. He's got like little bald patches right now. He hates getting combed. Loves pets, hates combing. So it's just like when we get into shed season, it's like, all right, well, just be prepared, I guess, to get mats cut out. Poor cat. But definitely better than leaving them there too. So yeah, he just had a big mat come out of that side today, which is probably why he's looking a little bit bedraggled and like listless. So Nice big stack of pockets incoming. Yeah, so I have a feeling that these will come together probably on Friday. So what, we've got the exteriors done. So yeah, we should be able to finish on Friday for the Kato. And then I think we go in and we select, do we do more minis or do we do more tote bags? Would be nice to break up the color monopoly in the tote bags. So maybe we'll do a few more tote bags. They're not as prepped as the minis are. The minis are basically just ready to sew. Selling better. Maybe we should do the minis. Oh, we'll decide that. Maybe we'll do more Kato. I don't know. Should go in and probably just be doing this off camera, but whatever. Didn't realize we were at this point already, actually, so. Whew. Did get a bunch of did get all the cake cozies done for Shindig, which was exciting. I finally got the ribbons into the reversible drawstring bags as well, which I did intend to do for Canmore, but I ended up running out of time for that. Surprise! Who's surprised? I'm not surprised. So, yay. Turning pockets, turning pockets, turning pockets. Actually, it's kind of wild because the bowling alley actually opens like at 9:30. Like, that is earlier than most places you can take kids. It's like, as much as I, like, again, I am not a morning person, but like most kid places don't open until 10 a.m. And I'm like, we need some early morning places open that aren't restaurants. Like an indoor playground that opens at like 9, not 10. Because I might not want to be up, but my kids are regularly up at like 7 or earlier. Actually, they've been pretty good recently. It's been like, actually on Tuesday? Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. They both slept until 8, which is unusual for them. Actually, the big thing I need to do is I need to go in, change my name on my license for the election that's coming up. Because it's like, oh, right. I'm still registered under Kathleen. And I'm like, but now Kathleen is like done and gone right after, yeah. Hi, Kat. What's up? What are you doing? Well, that just decides it right there. We will not be doing sewing the top stitching on pockets today. Hi, Kat. How are you? You can just cut the other linings and pockets and do all of this work. It's like there's a massive bin. There's no lack of pockets to turn right now. Because if it's 112 Kato bags, that's like 224 pockets. So, 20, yeah, so if we're at 112, and we've got what, like 24 here? We're about 20% done. We're working on 20%, I guess, might be a better description. Excuse me. He's all like, look at me. It's a good thing you're fluffy and cute. I guess you actually can't really see even what I'm doing. Sorry. And I've run out of story time stories. Basically all I'm doing is I'm just like going in and turning all of these. So grab, open, pull. Extremely riveting, I know. At the edges of all of our seats. Oh, kids are home. Make sure to stay out of their way. We always tell the kids to go ring the doorbell to let the cats know that they're home. That's kind of the running joke. Except then we had a delivery today and they rang the doorbell and Taylor just was like, fuck this, and was like, the kids weren't even home. They like, and she just like took off upstairs. It was hilarious. All right, let's just have a nice kind of chill until dinner's ready, and we will turn a bunch of pockets because steps forward, I think all need to happen. So now I got all of these aqua pop-in pockets, which are good for the like other new cuts that we need to do. And then yeah, these are all in the bin that are behind me. So actually once we get these done, that is going to be a good chunk out of the bin, which is exciting. And honestly, the more that we do turn right now, it's not like I couldn't go in and actually top stitch all of these right now because they all need to be done anyway. least you get some cat tube on this live stream, even if he's just dozing. ASMR trimming. Yeah, we're gonna have butter chicken with mashed potatoes. Because Dal said that he had like butter chicken and mashed potatoes at work the other day, and I was like, that sounds fucking amazing. I love butter chicken. Mashed potatoes don't spike my sugars as much, and we're actually out of rice anyway, so I was like, okay, well, that works. All right. Prepping all of the pockets. Although, yeah, there is a big stack actually on the cutting table right now because I had to, like, because I made the decision to only sew a certain amount, everything got scattered. Of course, because why wouldn't it? Yeah. Trimming back pockets. Should start draping them over Flynn. He is purring up a storm right now. Let's see if I can get him on mic. Since we have 2 mics, we should be able to get him to 1 second. Is it food? Mom, is it food? It's not food. Sorry, bud. You are such a food-driven cat. But it is not food. Yeah, seriously, just the flags and the magician's, like, sleeve. Going and going and going. I guess maybe, like, combined with the Energizer Bunny. I don't even know if that's a joke that hits outside of North America, because, like, is Energizer Bunny just North American? Do other countries have Energizer batteries? Never even thought of it, because it's, like, that's such a, like, very local joke if it's not, so maybe not quite as niche as some of the others, but pretty niche. Okay. Come on, pockets. You have to end some point. God. What did I get myself into, everyone? What have I done? Oh, okay. I can see. Okay, I can see the tote bag canvas now. Barely. And there's still a lot of pockets left. Jesus. Yeah, well, there's at least a thread snap here coming up, and then certainly not as many still in that tote anymore. So that's good. Fluff. Get out of here, cat Fluff. Is anyone surprised? I'm not surprised. Doom, 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 doom. Clipping thread. So this is the stuff you never think of when you're like taking into account production times, though. Oh. Oh, okay. That was the last of that row of stuff. Okay. And this is the next set of flags. Going and going and going. Oh, it's two different ends. Okay. Well, maybe that's the end of the... Whatever, get out of here. Okay. Come on, pockets. Okay, so what's in my lap is the last of what was in the tote. Let's go for this. Hi, Finn. How are you? Not missing anything over here. Actually, this is a good kind of thing to do while we're watching anime, because I don't like the turning of the pockets, not the clipping of the, not the trimming of the threads, but it's not like I need to like pay attention to what's happening as I'm turning pockets, really. So maybe I will take this up and I'll find out if that's what we're doing tonight. I don't actually know what we're doing tonight, so, but anime would be good. Okay, so this is good because now I have revealed all of the tote bag. Yeah, that's a huge pile of pockets. But anyway, I've revealed the tote bag canvas. So that's good. So those are all the sets for the current ones that we're working on. That's all the stuff for later. Now, I said that what I needed was the linings. Where the fuck did the linings go? Okay, I can see the tote bags, and I can see the stuff that was cut for the older Kato, which is not what I want. I want the new cuts for the Kato. Yeah, because these ones that are up here are all involved with their pockets, pretty much. So there's a big stack of lining for the Kato. So where did it go? Because those are tote bags. Yeah, those are tote bag linings. All of them, right? Yes, those are all tote bag linings. Okay. Sorry, I'm like over by the cutting table right now, just trying to sort out our lives. Okay. So did I pop them? Aha. I think there's some of them. Because I wouldn't have ended up doing a whole... Well, there was a lot of Kato cuts already done, so... what I'm thinking is, or what I was trying to get to was the fact that we wouldn't have interfaced them, whereas, because they're all under the, oh, that one got missed. Okay, lovely. Anyway, they're under the small box bag cuts, but the small box bag cuts all got interfaced, and these do not get interfaced, so, goodness gracious. Okay, so I think These should be the majority of them. Oh, even if the Twitch stream isn't working, I'm still getting spam messages. It's like, get cheap viewers on stream view. Okay, it sounds like we might be heading for dinner here.
Mama,
Yeah.
ready.
Okay, I'll be up in a minute. There we go. That's the dinner bell. Hope you guys all have a fantastic night, and I should be back on Friday, along with hopefully this fluffy floofykin. Yeah, I know. Yes. Anyway, thanks for joining me today, and I'll chat with you all soon. Bye.